When you get asked the question, tell me about yourself in an interview, I'm gonna be real honest, they are not asking about your birthday. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Brittany Hayles and this is Hayles Consulting, a business dedicated to helping you gain confidence and clarity in your career. Today we're talking about the infamous interview question, tell me about yourself. Because people often forget, yes, of course they're asking you to tell them about yourself, but they don't want to know your whole life story. So unless you rehearse or create a framework on how to answer this question, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna go into the interview, they're gonna ask you, hey, tell me about yourself, and then you're gonna go on a whole tangent about what time you were born, your zodiac sign, that you were born at Mount Sinai, and that your favorite restaurant to eat at is the Cheesecake Factory. And unless you are applying to Mount Sinai Hospital or the Cheesecake Factory, they did not ask you all of that. So in today's video, I'm gonna be walking you through 3-step formula, yes, 3 steps, on how to easily answer this question with clarity and confidence. Also, you know the drill. Before we get started here, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Follow Hayles Consulting on Instagram for more career tips. I also have a weekly email list where I send out emails every single week on how to grow and up-level your career. So sign up for that down in the description box below. Let's get started. Now, before we even get into the 3-step formula, there is something I need you to do before you go into any interview, and that is to study your resume and the job description. In my video titled How to Prepare for an Interview, which I will link right here, this is one of the main things that you absolutely need to do to ace an interview. And the reason why you need to study a job description is because you can't answer the question of what you bring to the table if you don't even know what's required at that table. So again, study your resume and study that job description, because you cannot ace this question if you don't understand what's being required of you and how you meet those requirements. All right, so the first step in this formula on how to answer this question is to start off your answer with an accomplishment that is related to the role. And there are 2 things that really impress interviewers when it comes to you. They want to know about what personally drives you, and also they want to know about your leadership experience. So as in a great example, let's say that you're applying for an accounting position and you are somebody who is very passionate about financial literacy, specifically within Black and brown communities. You can literally kick off your tell me about yourself sentence with saying, I'm someone who's incredibly passionate about financial literacy to the point where I have developed a mentorship program or a foundation to help people learn more about financial literacy. Or let's say that you don't necessarily have a leadership position or leadership experience readily available. That is perfectly fine. You can also just start the sentence off with your value statement. What excites you? What is your mission? Like, what is it that really gets you excited about going to work? Interviewers want to know that you are a human being with values and passions, right? So tell them about your passion for women's empowerment, or that you're really excited about causes related to sustainability. But again, for this accomplishment statement and how you kick off that sentence, you want to make sure that it is relevant to the job description. So if you're going to talk about women's empowerment, tie it back to what that has to do with the job. And if you're going to talk about the fact that you're really excited about sustainability, talk about what that has to do with the position. So again, the first step in that formula is to kick off your answer with really humanizing yourself and making a personal statement as to your values and leadership and accomplishments, because at the end of the day, they just want to know about you in relation to the role, what you're going to bring to the role, and what drives you. Now for the second step in this formula, you're going to briefly describe your present, past, and future work experience. Please, I'm begging you, do not read off your resume, because they could have done that themselves. They probably already did that. So when you're describing your current role that you're in, provide detail on your impact, not the task or the duties. They don't need to hear about every single little thing that you did on a day-to-day. They want to hear about a really high-level achievement that you have, that you reduce costs, or you helped more patients. Like, be detailed in your impact, not the task or duties. And if you can provide numbers or metrics or ratios, that's even better, because they can then visualize exactly what it is that you did versus just relying on your words. Now, when you're speaking about your past work, be sure to highlight the industries that you've worked and the years of experience that you have working at those companies or industries. You want to come up with a framework where you're basically giving them a very high level overview of your past career. If you were a recruiter that hired the most candidates that year, that's exciting. They want to hear about that. Those are the things that they want to hear versus just talking very vaguely about the micro task or the day-to-day tasks that you've had, because that's not impactful. Now, when you're telling them about your future experiences, this is where you get to play teacher's pet a little bit with the interviewer. You're letting them know that what you want out of a future career is growth. You want to be on a team that cares about this, that, and the other. Really play back to that job description, look at what that company does, look at what they're asking for, and let them know that that is exactly what you're looking for out of a future career. And you don't want to link back to the job description entirely because, you're trying to be smooth with it, but you're just saying that based off of your past experiences and your current experiences, you know what you want out of your career. You want growth, you want transparency, you want to be tied to certain ideas and innovation and XYZ, and let them know because of that you want to be at this company and in this position because you're going to get that out of it. So the third and final step within this formula is to end your answer with confidence. Now you may be saying to yourself, duh girl, I'm not about to end it with being shy, but you'd be surprised. Most people end this answer and many of their interview answers with, oh yeah. So yeah, that's it. Or like, yeah, cool, awesome, yeah. Like, it's very awkward at the end, right? And that is where the framework is going to become so important to this answering this question with this 3-step formula. You want to end that answer with confidence. In my video titled How to Write a Cover Letter or How to Reach Out to People on LinkedIn, I talk about this exactly. Every single email that you write, every single thing that you answer, when you're publicly speaking, you want to end every single thing you do with confidence. When you say things like, so yeah, that's it. People are like, okay, girl. But if you have a framework on how you want to answer a question or how you want to deliver your statement or who you are as a person, you're gonna end that with just like the utmost confidence. And the way in which to do that is say things like, because I have XYZ experience, or because I am, or because I bring these things to the table, I know I'm best suited for this role. And again, I cannot stress this enough, but make it relevant. If you forget every single thing that I said in this video today, once you get into an interview, just remember, if what's coming out of your mouth is irrelevant, if it is, then you're probably doing okay. Because if you start talking about irrelevant things, and you're running the chance of making yourself nervous and just having a really terrible interview experience. And also remember, do not memorize an answer to this question, because what's gonna happen is you may go into that interview, completely forget what you memorized, and now you're freaking out, and now the interview has just gone completely down the drain. So just memorize the framework, memorize your resume, and memorize the job description, and you'll go in there with confidence. Thank you all again so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe down below, like this video, share it with your friends, and do not forget to sign up for the Hayles Consulting email list where I send out career tips every single week. You can do that in the description box down below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.